In the least shocking news of the day, our far left Liberal environment minister in Canada is deeply incompetent. He seems to not really care if large wildfires are burning down small Canadian towns and cities, as long as he still gets to use the aftermath to stand and stump for climate action. And now evidence is coming out showing that his ministry, the Ministry of Environment through Parks Canada, blocked firefighters from being able to save towns like Jasper, just told them to stand back and do nothing. Brandon Leslie, the Conservative MP for Portage Lisgar in Manitoba, put this out today, saying, "Shocking testimony. 50 firefighters and 20 trucks ready to battle the flames were turned away by Minister Gilbo's office on the ground. Liberal failures in Jasper continue to be exposed. More to come." And he put out this document underneath his statement on X, with this highlighted portion at the bottom. These are from firefighters who were giving testimony. It says, "We were informed that we were non-essential, and when the fire's risk rose again during August 2nd to 4th, with increasing fire behavior anticipated, we were lawfully ordered by Parks Canada to leave the park by 1400 hours, 2 p.m., and then 12, which we complied with." That's absolutely insane. So we had historical buildings burned down around and in Jasper, probably because the Canadian Environment Ministry didn't want firefighters getting involved to fight fires. They might try and claim that, well, they weren't wildfire fighters, people specifically tasked with that job. But as wildfires start to approach Canadian towns and cities, why can local firefighters not participate in trying to save people's property? That's absolutely insane. Again, Environment Minister Stephen Gilbo does not actually really care about climate change. Like he does because he's a left-wing environmentalist. But what you have to understand with left-wing environmentalists is that they care about left-wing ideology before the environment. And climate action's a great way of pushing socialism. You get to basically say that the government should have more control over the economy for environmental reasons, without really the need to be able to justify yourself other than the fact that bad things could happen if the government doesn't start taxing you on this or take over this industry or block this mine or block this oil and gas project. The revolution always matters more than the actual issue that they're talking about. Stephen Gilbo would let more forests burn down as long as he gets to stump harder on climate change issues. And maybe he would regret the fact that this all happened, but again, his actions speak louder than his words. We already had reports being released that other MPs put out showing that the Liberals were being begged by their own people, by their deputy ministers, to not cancel forest management tools like small controlled burns to be able to prevent large buildups of dead wood from causing mass wildfires. And Stephen Gilbo was just considering getting rid of all of it because he doesn't actually care. He does not believe in the concept of forest management. So as a conservative, if you're ever accused of not believing in climate change, even though everyone acknowledges that the climate changes, people just disagree on how much of an impact humans can have on the actual temperature on the planet. Obviously, anything that goes into the atmosphere will have an impact on the temperature. If you just put up a bunch of rubber ducks around the planet, you would probably end up changing the climate in some way because everything on the planet contributes to it. There you go. But if anyone accuses you of not believing in climate change, ask them if they believe in forest management, because apparently they do not. They do not believe that we can let logging companies cut trails through the forest to be able to create fire breaks. They don't believe in clearing deadwood to make sure that there's just not a giant pile of fuel for wildfires to exploit, and then it causes fires to become like small county fires to go into massive provincial fires. They don't seem to believe in it. But again, it's because it doesn't really matter to them, because the thing that matters to them more than the environment, more than whatever issue they're talking about, is government control and management of the economy. Stephen Gilbo is a socialist first and an environmentalist second, and apparently a forest manager exactly last. This guy is absolutely incompetent in his job, and you should not be shocked when we have polling models coming out like this showing that the Conservatives could win as many as 240 seats, with the Bloc coming in second with 44 seats, the Liberals with 33, and the NDP with 25. Nobody trusts the Liberals anymore. They're bad at their jobs, on top of the fact that I think a bunch of them don't even care about doing a good job. They care more about their own more left-wing ideology than they care about the well-being of Canadian people or our forests and parks. Anyways, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. This is probably my last video today. If you want to help the channel out, you can contribute to the Give, Send, Go legal fund. That's linked both in the description of the video as well as pinned at the top of the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell people about the channel. Recommend it. That really helps me out. Have a good one.